Hey, what's up again, everybody? It's Robert184, 2Rs, 2Bs, and what a weekend to take off. I come back to all sorts of news, all of it good, some of it big, and deserving videos all on their own, so that you can leave your feedback, and I'd love to hear it. The biggest news, I think, in terms of price and size, and perhaps anticipation may not be the right word, what's the right? Expectedness, perhaps, is that we are finally, after all these years, getting a perfect grade Gundam Astray blue frame that you can see right here. The bad news is it's not going to be a regular retail release. Don't expect it on store shelves come December or anything like that. It's from Premium Bandai, and that opens up a whole can of worms in terms of potential PG recolors in the future. But it's the kind of thing that it's going to be pretty exciting unless you're a fan of the version of the suit that you're seeing right here, that after 10 years, we finally got a proper HG version of it. We had a 1/100th version of it, and perhaps a slightly disappointing master grade. But what they're going to be doing for this PG is just taking the original red frame, swapping out the red, putting in the blue in true Starscream Thundercracker style. And so far for weapons, it looks like he's going to have a big bazooka about that. But in terms of actually coming out, the Perfect Grade Red frame for me is one of my absolute favorites. I haven't built it myself, but I've seen it on shelves. Built, painted, complete, unpainted, and I think it looks just absolutely incredible in terms of the posability, the weapons. The one reason why I haven't bought it, besides my slight disappointment with the PG 00 Riser and Strike Freedom, it hasn't made me really want to rush out and buy any more PGs. But if I did, it would be the red frame. But I regret not buying it at the time when it came out because it had the deal where you could get a sword holder and the second sword and all that. So you've got to be wondering what they could be doing with this PG blue frame, and will we ever get another retail one? Of course, Bandai is going to keep an eye on the sales of the HGs. They'll be keeping an eye on the MG that came out a few years back and to see this, but could we be getting one with a big sword, maybe one in blue, maybe one in red? And what about the thoughts of the third Seeker? In terms of the gold frame, you've got to wonder now that they've opened up the PG Premium Bandai can of worms, as it were, that they can pretty much repaint any color, just swap out any color and sell you the same kit again and again. So let's buy it in white and gold, and let's buy it in black and gold. The question is always going to be, are we going to be getting new molded plates? And is that going to be economical for Bandai in terms of the number of sales? Well, with Premium Bandai, they can track it as accurately as any business can. So you'd think that we would be getting a white and gold one in the future, as we are with the HG from Premium Bandai. But what do you think about the hopes of getting proper PGs of all? And of course, going back to the Bible, you've got to wonder a couple of things. First of all, what would be the next retail release? We've got the original, the Zaku Boys, the Zeta, and of course the disappointing Wing. Before we got the Mark II in two colors. If this was today, would we be getting the Titans one from Premium Bandai, or is that the kind of thing that has sold well enough at retail that recolors? Well, what did they think about that in terms of not putting out the blue frame for the last 4 or 5 years? What about GP01 FB? They didn't put that out as two separate kits. The Strike, we've already got the Strike Rouge, so recolors sell, and that one sold at retail, although they gave us the Sky Grasper altogether. 00, we could get some variations. What about Quanta? But of course, this is the big one. Going back now to 2009, it came out in March. Absolutely incredible to think that a manga inspired a Perfect Grade in terms of just how popular it is. Strike Freedom, of course, being a monster both in terms of size and potential problems. But what do you think? Is this a good thing that it's coming out from Premium Bandai? And which other ones in here could possibly get recolored or slightly remolded? My goodness, if they go with the MSVs of these guys. So I'd love to hear from those of you that have or haven't built the PG red frame. Is this going to make you more inclined? First of all, will you buy the blue frame? Are you more inclined to go get the red frame? Would you wait for a gold frame? Do you think it's silly? And do you regret that this has moved online instead of on retail shelves? Anyway, it's always good to be getting more PG options, as they really are very, very rare in the grand scheme of things, and it's been long awaited in the blue frame. I'm excited, just wish he had a big sword. Anyway, everybody, thanks for sticking around, and see, there'll be lots more news, reviews, and everything else you can use. See everybody. Seriously, non-grade, 2 HGs, 1/100th, master grades, perfect grades. Well, one day we'll probably get real grades. The only thing we're missing out on, 1/60th non-grade. But hey, we all know that PGs are a much higher honor.